What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Steven Ostentoski here of Mason Brew, bringing you another episode of Freshman Feature for the class of 2021. This is episode 7. We're covering schools, stats, recruitment, everything you need to know about every single member of the 2021 football class for the University of Michigan. Had a poll in the community tab here on YouTube, had a poll on Twitter. You guys wanted Tavierre Dunlap for episode 7. Here we are. Make sure you check those locations for the next poll for who you want to see for the upcoming episodes next week. Previous episodes in the playlist linked in the description. Let's dive into episode 7. 3-star running back Tavierre Dunlap. His high school, Del Valle High School in Texas. He's a two-sport athlete in football and track. 2018, he was a first-team all-district selection as a sophomore. 2019, unanimous first-team all-district as a junior. So not the best team that he played for, Del Valle. Really tough division that they play in the state of Texas there. Junior year, they went 5-5 overall, if that gives you kind of a sense of the program he was on. I'll throw up his stats on the screen up here. Won't go through them all. There's quite a bit to go through here, but junior year, best year by far. I think he averaged 10.3 yards per carry. Really impressive. 23 total touchdowns, 20 on the ground, 3 through the air. In and out of the lineup with injuries for his senior year. That's why you see the dip in production there quite a bit. So didn't have the ability to really improve upon his impressive junior year with that senior year. Saw a bit of a dip in the rankings as a part of that. His metrics here. So he's listed at 6 foot, 195. So really good size for a running back. Back in March of 2019, we have some testing numbers here. 4.63 40 time, 4.49 shuttle, and a 33.5 vertical leap. So none of those are truly great, right? He also has a 100-meter dash of 11.23, which is okay. It's not elite, it's not in the mid 10.5s, which is be a truly elite 100-meter dash. But again, that's rare. That's not really his skill set. So we'll get to that a little bit more in the scouting. So let's pull up his rankings here. Rivals, ESPN have him as a 3-star, no national ranking for either of those. He's anywhere from the 77 to 91 overall recruit, I should say, in the state of Texas. 29 running back to Rivals, 38 to ESPN. 24/7 Sports has him as a 4-star, definitely the most bullish at 236 nationally, number 13 running back in the country. And that brings his composite just outside the top 400, so kind of between that 3-star, 4-star range, number 20 running back on the composite. So looking at his offers, kind of a middle of the pack offer list here. He had most of the middle of the road Big Ten teams, Michigan State, Minnesota, Northwestern, Purdue. So actually just a handful, not most of them. Some Pac-12 interests. So Arizona, Arizona State, Colorado, Cal, UCLA, USC, Washington, and Utah. Pretty impressive list there for Pac-12. Some other notable offers: TCU, Oklahoma State, Notre Dame, it's a big one, and Iowa State. So for his recruitment, Michigan offered back in May of 2020, pretty late compared to his other offers. Notre Dame was the only notable offer that came after the University of Michigan did. Michigan became the leader that following summer. There were some conflicting reports who is challenging Michigan as his finalists. USC and Utah were thought to be up there. Notre Dame had recently missed out on their top target, so they were pushing hard for Dunlap after that. Dunlap then said it was between Oklahoma State and Michigan, decided in September of 2020 that Michigan was the place to be. All right, let's go ahead to scouting here. So he's definitely a one-cut type runner, right? Not a guy who will juke you out of a phone booth. He's very decisive, though. He has good vision, hits the hole pretty hard. He knows when to lower his pads and churn through contact. Solid acceleration burst getting to his top speed. There are questions about that top speed, though, right? That 40 time, not as impressive as you would like to see. He does gear down, at times when changing directions. So that can be an area of improvement, that lateral fluidity, to help maximize the elusiveness there. His coach mentioned that speed, staying at his top speed through cuts, and his route tree are areas where he's been working on improving. So that's always a good sign, right? Understanding your flaws, working on those in the offseason, and that'll help maximize your potential. So for my scout, I think he does play faster than he tested. We'll see in the film. Decent acceleration. I think he redirects angles well. So sometimes he's rounding, right? Not decisive cuts, but he can identify where pressure is coming, when he needs to bounce, and he takes good angles to get to the sideline in those scenarios. And then he runs through arm tackles really well. So he's going to be more of a bulky back. You'll want to get him up 20 pounds or so and really be able to absorb that contact. That's going to be his bread and butter. So his film. I've been playing highlights here tonight, though, Monday, May 3rd, 30 minutes or so of live film analysis here on YouTube. So come hang out tonight, talk all things Tavierre Dunlap in his film. his comp. So I think Michigan is pretty easy one here for Hassan Haskins. That's as close you'll get in a Wolverine uniform for Tavierre Dunlap here. I'll throw some highlights of Haskins in high school on the screen here. Dunlap actually considerably higher ranked than Haskins was. Haskins came in just within the top 1,000 overall in his class 2018. Haskins is a little bit larger, 6'1", 210 out of high school. And Haskins has emerged really as a top back for Michigan because of his vision, tough running, consistency he brings to the running back room. May not be the best athlete, right? Not a true home run threat, but he's a guy who moves the chains, and he rarely makes mistakes, right? He doesn't put the ball on the field often. He's a very dependable running back. Not a guy the NFL will be calling for, I don't think, but never say never. And there is always a place for an extremely reliable, productive collegiate running back. That's Haskins to a T. I think that's where you can see Dunlap fitting in on this Wolverines squad. Only difference is Haskins had a little bit of a gap in terms of running back recruiting that he has filled. I think it's a little bit tougher to see that path for Dunlap with Corum and Edwards ahead. So Haskins had a little bit easier path, I think, towards a starting role than what we currently have for Dunlap. So for projection, it's hard to see time for Dunlap in 2021, right? You have Haskins, you have Corum, you have Edwards. I think it's pretty easy to see a redshirt year here. Build him up, get that bulk, maximize everything you can with his athleticism during that redshirt year. You could possibly see some spot snaps in 2022. Depends if there's anyone leaving that position group, right? That'll just up the chances for him more. I think 2023 looks to be the best chance for him to really break the rotation, become a short yardage type back as a part of that rotation. I think the ceiling would be becoming a Thunder in a Lightning Thunder combo in 2023 and beyond. So that's all I got for you guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Where do you think he'll be used in 2021 or maybe 2022? When do you think he'll actually be deployed? As always, check out the community tab and my Twitter to check out who you want to see for the upcoming episodes. Again, live stream tonight, 30 minutes at 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. Come hang out. And then finally, like and subscribe if you haven't already. Really helps out the channel. Beyond that, guys, thank you for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. Stay safe out there. And as always, go blue.